When I pull up on you, then I might swear, ayy. Double off deuce, ayy. That just might work, ayy. When I pull up on you, then I might swear, ayy. Double off deuce, ayy. That just might work, ayy. That just might work.
Welcome back to another episode of the Michel Matters podcast. I'm Jocks Michelle.
And I'm Jackie Michelle.
Welcome back.
I don't know why you were looking at me like that.
Like what?
I don't know.
Start of a new day,
yes.
New episode.
Yeah.
I did want to start off by saying today's episode is sponsored by Lavish Boards.
Yes.
They're a charcuterie company based in South Florida that make amazing boards with different cheeses, meats, for any occasion.
Jams.
Yeah. You want to get something catered, give them a call. It's 2021. You can order from their website, lavishboards.com. And when
check them out on Instagram.
Yeah, at Lavish Boards. And when you do, use the discount code LBMM21 to get 10% off your order.
Okay.
All right.
Is it LBM or
LB? Lavish Boards. MM.
Okay.
21. All right. LBMM21.
Got it.
To get 10% off your order.
All right.
And let us know what you think about it after you try it.
Yeah, because we definitely had ours and we'll shout them out later on in the episode again. But yeah, if you're watching the video, you can scroll to the end and you'll see everything that was on the plate. It was beautiful. But yeah, we'll get into that. But definitely support them and check them out. If you have an event or something like that. Or if you just felt like being bougie.
Kicking back at the house with some wine, crack it open. I mean, it was a nice little setting, little vibe.
Yeah.
So, all right. Other than that, I guess catch people up on the last 2 weeks.
Did we say that your cousin was here? I don't remember.
I think she had just gotten here when we recorded. So
got it.
It's a little early.
Yeah. So your cousin was here.
Yeah, that happened.
That was nice. Yeah,
it wasn't. It was all right.
She also partook in the Lavish board with us.
Yeah, so. Even though she wanted to just test it or try it.
Yeah.
But she was here. She came down from New Jersey to go to
some Haitian event.
Yeah, it was the beauty brunch. If you're on Haitian Twitter, you've probably seen all the pictures and yeah. I mean, it looked.
I was like, you just gonna have to give me 6 feet, sis, because you've been going out. But
yeah,
she was pretty safe.
They was out there though. Like they had like a brunch. They had a picnic barbecue. I don't know what word y'all use these days.
It was some football thing.
Yeah, they had an actual like after party, private dinners. Like it was a bunch of events.
Yeah.
So shout out to all the people that were involved in that. But yeah, other than that, I feel like we've been pretty low key.
Yeah, we had a date night.
That was cool.
It was my month to plan.
Yeah, so we're back on this like rotation.
Which really, I think from now on we should just pull it out of the jar that we have never used for 5 years.
We'll look. I don't know.
But yeah, I saw that, and I'm sure if you scroll on Facebook, if you ever go there, or if you scroll on Instagram, I guess depending on what you follow and stuff, it'll come up like a candlelight jazz concert type situation. And it was a fever event. So we were actually supposed to go last month.
Yeah, this was a disaster. Not disaster.
But they had, I guess because the time changed, they had switched it over to be later. And they were like, oh, how did you enjoy your event or whatever? And I was like, how did I enjoy it? Like, it's not the day. Like, we didn't even go. What are you talking about?
We almost went the wrong day, twice.
The wrong day was actually the right day.
Okay.
And that's because they sent me an email, like, they said something, like, enjoy your tickets or whatever. And I was just like, okay, thanks. I thought they were just doing it ahead of time. But apparently, if you have the app or something, they sent out some email about like the time change and the event changing, the date. So we missed that one and then got our money back because I was like, hello.
Yeah.
And then they were like, okay, here, it's in your wallet and then you can just get another event. So we did that. And this one was actually, I think, better because the last one was going to be like Beethoven and stuff.
Oh, no, yeah.
You're not into. So
okay. So it worked out.
So this one was better because it was like women of the 20th century.
Yeah.
Did like Etta James.
Billie Holiday.
Yeah. Right. So it was really nice. And it was, fake candles everywhere.
Yeah.
Socially distanced, outside.
Yeah, I guess it would have been like...
Had some drinks.
If you're on like a first date, it might have been a good first date too.
You think so?
I think so, because it was like quiet enough. You could talk still.
Yeah.
And it was like cool. Like it was a outdoor event. They had food. They had drinks.
Yeah. We didn't eat there though.
No, we just drank.
We went to IHOP after.
Yeah. So it was cool.
Yeah.
And I didn't know about this the whole time. So like, I don't like surprises. So I'm asking Jackie like, okay, where are we going? And she keeps putting me off, not telling me. And I was like getting annoyed.
You know
honestly.
what it is? It's because Judy is always doing that.
What?
Like not telling us what it is that she's doing, or like it's a surprise.
I hate that.
And I'm just like, everything don't gotta be a surprise. But if I'm planning a date night, you don't have to know. Like I already told you, how to dress. Cute cash.
Cute cash.
And that's it. Like that's all you need to know.
What does cute cash even mean?
I'm driving. Everything else is good to go. So what you?
I don't know. I'm one of those people like I like to know what I'm getting myself into.
And I know you
so I like
enough,
to mentally prepare.
But I know you enough that I know that you would have been cool with that event.
Yeah, I was.
Like people now all on you. It's not crowded. Like
I like that.
Exactly. So you gotta trust that I know you.
It was on the beach, and like anytime I just think of the beach, I just think of like crowd.
You gotta know who I am too.
All right.
I'm not mixy like that.
You not mixy. I don't know how to describe it. Like you don't mind getting mixy.
Yeah.
I mind getting mixy.
But it's COVID, so what we was gonna do?
I don't know. Aside from that, you kicked me out the house for your wine night.
I did not kick you out.
You didn't kick me out. But, I mean, I always gotta find something to do. Cause
we were outside most of the time.
Yeah, I just found a place though. There'd be a bunch of women here.
Well, sometimes you join us.
Yeah, I don't mind, but I don't want to like, overtake the moment.
It was funny because your best friend came.
Yeah, he did.
And I was like, did he call you to save him? Like,
no.
What's going on? And he was like, no, I'm just picking up something. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he came. Okay, he came to get the uniforms.
Yeah.
AAU's getting started up. First tournament this weekend. We'll see how that goes. The last one got canceled because of COVID. So that's something else that's going to be happening.
Gotcha.
But yeah, aside from that, we've been doing like a lot of little home projects.
Well, we've been planning them out.
Well, we've actually done.
We've started one, yeah.
Two, kind of.
Even though we don't have to do nothing, we just...
No, well, we literally, like, Jackie's completely forgetting that she painted, and she moved...
I painted something?
Look to your right. Did you not paint?
Oh.
Jesus. Like, you were so proud of what you did.
I was, and I am. So we got the little patio area set up a little differently, and the gym space set up differently. So
like we've been working on the outside, the backyard of the house. Jackie's actually, I know you have more plans. She came home and we had been talking about how to rearrange like the home gym area, but she actually just went, bought the mats and
we talked about it. You told me what you wanted, and then I went and got it,
and then painted, did all that stuff, reupholstered the outdoor furniture.
I didn't reupholster. I just bought cushions.
New cushions
at Home Goods.
It just sound more professional. Like, I reupholstered. Don't put that on you?
Yeah, you giving me too much credit.
I bet.
And then people gonna call me like, oh, can you reupholster? No.
Nah.
I don't do that.
Okay. So we got that started. And we definitely have more things planned.
Yeah.
We're definitely focusing now on the outside of the home.
Yeah. Little things.
Yeah. But they're little, but they like make a difference.
Right.
So I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Cause I'm like this close.
That's your area now. The inside, I feel like I kind of
you did that.
Took over some projects for the outside, the driveway, all that. Like
that's all me, and
that's you.
And I feel like I'm just like a couple steps away from being able to make the claim that I got the nicest house on the block. I'm like This close.
But you don't want it to be too nice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's not showy. Like, it don't stick out. Okay. But it got to be nice. Like, it's going to be clear cut. Like,
I know sure the neighbors are like, they need to do
doing
something.
A lot?
No, they need to do something with this grass. Hey. Our lawn is hideous right now.
But once it get right, we going to be a problem. You hear me? Okay. We going to be a problem.
But we'll get into more, I guess, certain projects and why we are deciding to do it later on in the episode. I think that's all we've been up to. We went swimming.
Oh yeah, but that's a
couple days
regular.
Ago.
Yeah,
we went London.
That's regular.
But that was like random though.
It was. That was my
y'all
sister.
Picked her up from school and then was like, "Let's go to the pool."
Judy planned it. She was like, "Oh, do you feel like swimming?" And she asked me the week before, and I was like, I didn't really feel like it. Mm-hmm. But then she asked me, and I was like, yeah, let's do it. And I was like, I got practice later, but we could fit it in between. Yeah. And then I was like, I'll go with her to pick up my niece from school because I haven't done that in forever. So that was cool. Yeah. But yeah. All right.
That was fun.
Okay.
We do have a comment.
Yes. Finally.
A voicemail.
Yes, finally. I'll cue it up. You keep talking. Ooh, yeah. Jesus.
So yes. If you guys want to leave us a voicemail, you can do so at 954. I feel like that was really loud. 954-652-6519. And send us comments on SoundCloud or on the gram at Michel Matters. And on Twitter at Coach_JOX. You can subscribe and rate us on Apple Podcasts and check out our website. But yeah, so this is from our voicemail.
All right.
Hello. Hi, Michelle. So I had a question about episode 78, Levels to This Dating Stuff, where you guys mentioned about men not being concerned about how much a woman makes. Because in my experience, I've told like guys that I've just met how much I make, and it kind of seems like that's like a turnoff to them because maybe I make a little bit more than they do. And then I remember talking to this other guy, and when he realized that I make more, it made me feel uncomfortable. So I'm wondering if it's okay for guys who are like secure with themselves, and maybe for insecure guys, that's not okay. So I just had that question that I wanted you guys to kind of address and talk about. And I look forward to hearing your response. Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
I feel like that's more so something
for me.
Yeah, because you're the one who said it.
Yeah, and I don't know why. Like I was actually thinking about that comment like earlier this week, and I do think that it's a maturity thing. Like guys don't. I don't think it's a determining factor for the most part. It's like, she makes more money. That's a plus, like a check. Like, okay, that the guys factor in a lot of times.
Is it a plus?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. I mean, it depends on what type of relationship you plan on having. Yeah. Like when you're married, any income is good income. Like it
would be a plus in my eyes. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I think
clearly from the guys that she's been talking to.
On the dating scene, it may not factor in, like as far as when you're dating, most of the time the guy's paying for everything to begin with, right? Yeah. So it doesn't really factor in how much money she makes because it doesn't matter. But if you're talking about a serious relationship that's going farther and you're talking about joint income, then it's like, oh, okay, now it matters. Mm-hmm. But in the dating scene, I don't think it matters as much. Now, as far as like guys,
I'm intrigued to see or to know how that even came up.
How much you make?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an interesting question. I thought about that too.
Because I don't know if she said her name.
She didn't.
So I won't. Okay. But, shout out to you. I didn't even know she was dating like that. But, obviously it came up. So I don't know, like, how she said it early on. Mm-hmm. So, like, I don't know if that was something that he asked or if
it was volunteered.
Or if we're just at that age where it's like, kind of want to know where you at in life, type thing.
I think
I don't know.
Hey, that's a good point. I think if it's volunteered and then she like tells you, "Oh, I make X amount of dollars," that may feel like
showy.
Yeah, like I already am uncomfortable talking about money like that with people, especially like in a dating environment. That may feel a little intimidating, especially if she makes more than you. And it's like, this may be a point of emphasis for this person because they brought it up without me even asking. But I mean,
I guess that matters, like how it came up.
Yeah, that may matter. But then if you even if it happened in the natural flow of the conversation, right? Mm-hmm. If a guy is intimidated by a woman who makes more money than him, I think that's more about him. Like that says more about him.
Of course.
Where I think it's just a maturity thing. If you asked me this question when I was 25, I may have answered differently. But now, as someone who's 30 and
got bills,
and more life experience, like, oh no.
Well, you had bills at 25.
Yeah, I appreciate a woman who makes, like her own money. And if it's a lot, that's.
But I think I don't know if you're a good person to speak on that though, because you make more than me. So it's not like
you're right.
It's not like something we've had to, or something you've even had to deal with. I don't know if if that matters to men, but I'm just saying. You want to say like, oh, that's not gonna bother me or whatever, but that's why we see a lot of like celebrities who have who've been single for a long time.
I think why I say that is because I feel like I've matured. Like I think about where my mind was when I thought about a woman making more money than me, even theoretically back in the day. Like if you made more money, like dang, that would probably like push me in a way. Maybe that was not unhealthy, but like I'd really like stress making more money to catch you or whatever, or make more.
Right.
It's the same way I feel like, okay, would I be mature enough now? Like if I asked you to marry me now, right? And you told me that you didn't want to take my last name, would I be mature enough to think like, okay, that's not a big deal? I think if you asked me that 5 years ago versus today, or whenever we got married versus today, different answers. If like you asked me, how would I feel about dating a woman that was taller than me? If you asked me that 7 years ago versus today, different answers. Woman that makes more money than me.
What?
It seems immature to you, but to a guy, those are things that when you are immature, they matter to you. Like, when
you just don't know that you're immature, I guess, at that point.
You don't know that you're immature.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You
don't know. But I think with maturity, with life experience, you learn like how much certain things just don't matter. Like, they aren't as negative as you would think. But you do need life experience sometimes. You do need maturity. I don't think in our natural state as guys, with the way society talks to us about money and how you have to protect and provide, like it doesn't seem possible to be the provider when your significant other makes more money than you. Yeah. But that's just because you have a distorted sense of what that really means.
Right.
So I think it just takes maturity on the guy's part, and then on the woman's part, I still think that's a delicate subject. Cause like most women know when they're in like a higher earning bracket. So I'm not saying to like lower yourself, but it's one of those like, I only disclose it if I have to, or because it can be like, I think that topic needs to be like eased into when we talk about it.
Cause I don't even know that I knew how much you made until we got like engaged. Really.
But I'm also somebody, I don't like talking about money.
But if I asked, you would have told me, but I just didn't.
I would never just bring it up.
Yeah, but I also didn't see the point in this. I don't know. I see it now, now that I'm older. Mm-hmm. But I just feel like, I don't know, regardless, we gonna have to pay these bills. So
yeah.
It matters, but it doesn't at the same time.
Yeah, to me, I always felt like it was one of those. I try not to be showy in anything I do. Like, I don't think that is what should make or break whatever the situation is, right? So, like, I want us to be even keeled. So, like, whether I'm making a lot of money or a little bit of money, like, you like me for me, and it's not even like I make a ton of money. But it can be like people feel like with money, other people feel more superior, or there's just a weird power dynamic sometimes when people start talking about how much money someone makes versus another person. And it's like, I'd rather just eliminate that from whatever, my friendships, my relationships. Like, the amount of money I make doesn't matter in those. Yeah, in those
but we do have money conversations with friends.
Yeah, but it's
we
never
don't have
like
to necessarily tell them what we.
Yeah,
make.
It's like, oh, because I make X amount of dollars, I save X amount of dollars. Like, I'd rather use like a percentage, or no, I'm serious. Like,
I think the only people we really have told what we make is like our parents.
Yeah, that's it. Nobody else really knows. And like my brother.
And it's probably been like a couple of years since we told them how much.
Nah, my mom be asking. So.
But that, I don't know if you be telling her though.
Yeah, I be telling her. It make her proud. So I be telling her.
Okay. Yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, if you are a single man. Let us know if that's been a deterrent, I guess. Like what a woman makes. And the person who called also has, like, a child, so I can see, the importance. In that. I don't know. And, like, where in the dating phase...
Do you start talking about stuff like that?
Do you personally start talking about it? Like, is it when you know it's serious? Is it date number 3? Because she's saying early on. I don't know what early on means to her. Mm-hmm. If it's like, okay, we went out, like, twice.
Yeah.
Because for a lot of positions, you can kind of guesstimate.
I don't know. I don't be knowing what people make.
Like if somebody tells you, like, "Oh yeah, I've been working for 5 years in this position," you can kind of.
You finna Google and see.
I mean, if you really are curious.
But I've always looked at like so a lot of those, unless you're like pretty standard, because like you're a nurse or. You're like a teacher. Those are kind of standard. But like if I tell someone, oh, I'm a project manager, nobody knows how much money I make. There's no where you can look like, what is the average construction project manager make? Because what I do is very like niche. So you would never know.
Yeah.
You would look it up and you may see something and like, I don't even do that type of construction. I don't make that much. Or I do this and I make way more. Like you could never tell.
Yeah, but if it's like, okay.
You work in IT, you don't know. You don't know how much somebody makes.
He just graduated, or she just graduated, and she's like a design assistant or something like that. Yeah. Maybe she's in the 30 to 40 range. Like, you could kind of...
I would never know that.
Guess.
I feel like because you're like a super researcher, so you be doing all that, like,
but you know what, too? LinkedIn be having, like, the little...
And they're always wrong for me. Always. Always wrong. And that's how I'd be like, it's either the opposite. It's either... Yo, I would never work for that, or where would I ever get this salary?
That. Yeah.
Like, that must be from California or some New York or something. It's never correct.
Yeah.
Like,
that's true.
You really don't know. I really be...
But that's why I say a range.
I guess.
And at the same time, it's like, does it matter? Like, does it matter?
Future-wise, maybe. Future-wise. If you really are planning a future with somebody,
yes,
it might matter.
But if you're making a lot of money, this is not even the episode, y'all. But if
I know.
If you're making a good amount of money on your end, and that person is making like a good amount of money, or
that's a plus,
even average money, then that's good. Like they're not, on the street. So
but the reason why some people are intimidated by it is just because of with money. Sometimes people tend to feel superiority. Like, I'm not saying that person will be like that, but there's stigmas to people who have money. Like, they, like to be in control, or they like to, not dominate, but it can feel like that. So I think those are like the stigmas that people have with people who make a lot of money.
Yeah.
And with women who make a lot of money, the stigmas are that they are more indignant, like they have a little more attitude because I got my own. I don't need to yada yada yada. I'm not listening.
Yes,
I'm not saying these are my thoughts.
I know.
I don't think like that, but I'm saying that is a overarching theme about women with money.
Yeah,
and you just listen to people talking, and that's what you understand about why some men are turned off by it. But that is it's a stereotype. I think it's a
it
stereotype.
It could also be based on what you've seen or what you're used to seeing. So if you're used to seeing like, oh, your mom made less than your dad, or your mom didn't pay anything and your dad took care of everything, then you probably feel like, okay, as a man, that's what I need to do. But there's no need to do. Like, there's no standard. You just do what you gotta do.
Yeah. In
your relationship. But yeah, I mean, that's good. I mean, obviously the comment that you said, it was coming from your experience.
Correct.
But yeah, other men and women, let us know your experience.
Yeah.
So.
And definitely, if you guys feel compelled, leave more voicemails. I really like this.
It's cool.
Yeah, I'd like to do a whole episode just answering voicemails. That'd be great. So
be cool.
Definitely try to do that. The number again is 954-652-6519.
All right, let's move on. All right, so for this week's Michel Matter, we're talking about how we're still in a pandemic.
Still here, still
kicking. Thankfully,
Yeah.
But like, how has this virus kind of changed our lives and what we're doing going forward? How we're kind of moving in different aspects of life. And of course, we want to hear from you too at the end of this. But what do you think was the main thing that kind of shifted for you?
I don't know if it's the main thing. I have to really think about it. But the first thing that really, like, when I first, like, okay, we're in a pandemic, was work. Like, right at the beginning of the pandemic, I had to go to California. And I remember having a conversation with my boss because it was, like, really just at the beginning of it. And he asked, or I made a mention, like, I don't necessarily feel comfortable getting on a flight right now. And then he was like, oh, it's not that, basically, like, down, like, it's not that serious. It was just like a common cold.
And at that time, we didn't think it was.
Nobody knew. But literally, like, on my way there,
I mean, you had your wipes and everything.
Yeah, I had all that, but it was still at the beginning. But at that point, people just started wearing masks. And when I got there, I think that's when the NBA shut down.
Once you got to California?
Yeah, like, cause it was one of those things like, okay, I assumed being in a different city, whatever, I'm gonna be in a hotel, I'm gonna be able to relax. I'm gonna be able to watch basketball, I'm gonna chill. Yeah. I don't gotta, like, no responsibilities. And then we get there, and I get there, and it's like, I can't even watch sports.
And you couldn't even really do
Can't go out the way you want to. Things started shutting down.
Because I was asking, I think, like, we FaceTime. Well, there was a time difference, so that sucked too. But we FaceTime, and I was like, so, like, what did you try? Like, what restaurant did you try? Because Cali has different stuff than we have or whatever. And you were like, I went to Chick-fil-A. I was like, what? Because
it was at the beginning of, like, remember in the beginning, everything was, like, shut down. Like, don't go outside. Only essential businesses. And they were strict at that point about what were essential businesses or not. So work was definitely, like, the first place I felt it. And then when I got back, so I had only been working there for maybe like 2 weeks when I went to California.
And you were supposed to go somewhere else.
Yeah, and I was supposed to go to Austin. But since I came back from California, and that was 2 weeks into the job, I haven't been back to the office. Like, our office has been shut down since my second week working there.
Sir.
We do have an office.
When you first started, you didn't even have an office. That's the thing.
We didn't. Yeah.
So, are you guys still paying a lease?
We just started a lease because, so as far as our work is concerned, we basically committed to not having 5-day in-office work week anymore.
For, like, the unforeseeable future. Really.
No, that's like a new company policy. They have learned that working from home, remote working is just fine for them. But they are building a new office in Miami. And now, though, the design is really based on, like, social distancing, and they're going to have bigger meeting spaces so you can spread out. The desks and stuff are going to be more because they are going to still have cubicles, but they're going to be more spaced out. it's supposed to be like pretty much a 2021 office. Like everything's going to be based on social distancing. Like the rooms are going to have like max amount of people. So that, yeah, so it'll be pods. Almost. So that's interesting. That's definitely going to be different.
But you just kind of go in whenever you need to go into the office.
That's going to be up to whatever manager supervisors. But it's going to, most likely it's going to be 3 on, 2 off, 2 on, 3. Like how many days you're in the office. It's going to be kind of like that. Yeah. And people are going to be staggered.
Okay.
When
that's
they come in and come out.
Is when I go freelance. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Working for me has been, it's been a challenge in some areas because you're home, and it's not because of you per se. It's just, so when everything shut down for everybody pretty much, but people were still working from home. You and Judy for a while were working in the living room.
Yeah. The kitchen, I guess.
I mean, yeah, sorry, the dining table. Mm-hmm. And I don't know where London was at the time. Was she here too?
I don't remember. Now that you're saying that, I don't remember where she was.
I mean, she had to have been here.
I don't think so. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know where she was doing school, y'all. But
nah, she might have still been in school. I think so.
So schools didn't shut down first?
I really don't remember.
I don't remember. I really don't remember. But I remember you guys were working at the dining table, and I was in the office because I was working from home already for a few months. And then it would be like, okay, I gotta tiptoe into the kitchen, for my quote unquote break time or whatever. And like Judy's on a call, and then she gets off, and then you're like, oh, I have a meeting in like 10 minutes. And it's just like, bruh, like this can't be life. But since then, Judy's been working from her own place, and then we decided to share the office space.
Yeah.
That, I think, and we still share an office space, but that's literally changing like today.
It's not exactly changing today. It's starting to change today.
It's starting to
where we're making like progress. Jackie at this point has kicked me out of the office.
I can't do it. It's only because like
I actually have work to do.
Same. And so when you're on the phone and you hear a sewing machine, that's not gonna work. Or like you're on what do y'all use? Teams?
Like we're on Teams, and I have to tell like, look, I'm about to speak. I'm about to take myself off mute. You gotta stop with the sewing machine.
And literally, like I hope none of your coworkers listen, but like he'll be on Twitter, like, oh, okay, shoes,
I didn't know you was gonna go there. I thought.
Like while people are talking, I'm like, why are we even here?
I mean, one thing about my new job is we have way more meetings than I ever had in any of my other jobs.
It's more corporate.
This is ridiculous. So I'm not used to having this many meetings, and I'm not used to being inside this long.
And so like his laptop will be on my sewing table, and I'm just like, so we're doing this again, like every day. I have to move your stuff. But yes, like it's been a challenge. So I think I know going forward, starting today, we are transitioning you into another space,
into the corner. I'm getting moved into.
You're getting a clawfice.
Okay, you know how like when they put Harry under the stairs when he moved in. That's where they put me.
So okay, no, but this was a plan from. Even when we first moved into this house.
No.
Low key, because the owners before us.
No.
He kind of transformed a closet into an office.
Yeah, for him.
And he was a contractor. So I'm like, look at that.
When we first moved into this house, I had my own room. We
each had our own.
With a desk and an office.
But then we transformed his into.
See, you see how I'm the one who keep getting moved, guest right?
Room.
I went from my own office to sharing the office.
Well, low key, your office was also the guest room.
It was.
Because we just had a full time.
We had just moved here. It wasn't, people weren't really coming here like that.
Yeah, but now people come here like that.
I guess.
Like, literally last night, you were like, oh, such and such is coming in 2 weeks. And I'm like, okay.
I'm the piece that keeps getting moved, though. And it's like, my space keeps getting smaller and smaller. Like I'm soon. I'm just gonna be on like a little fold out table. You know them little eating trays that
and
you be having.
it got so bad that you literally bought another table. Remember?
For 1 week, I had a special training, and I had to, like, I needed more space to put some equipment so I could do the training and be on a computer at the same time. It was literally a 1 week training. So that is no excuse for continuing.
And how long was it in there, though?
Oh, that's a whole nother story.
Oh, okay.
That's a whole nother story.
Okay.
I asked you if it mattered. You said no, so I left it there.
I said no.
See, and the thing is, because I don't got no recorder, I can't play it back for her. But at the time, it wasn't a big deal.
But I think your space is going to be really dope. I really do. I do. Because I love that space. Like,
ooh, then you moved in.
That used to be my...
Then you leave and put me over.
How am I have space?
Oh, now it's...
It's literally because our shared space, you're just in a corner. Like, you just have a desk and a computer.
She takes up
the
whole room.
A table, like a big glass table with my MacBook, with our printer, and that's big.
Yeah.
Sewing machines.
Yeah. All that.
I need space to pin on people.
I feel you. I'm just saying. I'm not mad, but I'm just saying I'm the one that keeps being moved.
Yeah.
I moved from my own office to the shared office.
First of all, that was like year
one. And now
one.
I got a corner.
That was
That's all I'm saying. No. All I'm saying is there's a pattern.
So you don't want it.
There's a pattern.
So you don't want it.
Listen.
I feel like you would be very well over there.
Hey.
Because...
out of sight, out of mind.
You'll have your own space. You don't have to tell me, like, what you're doing. Or in 10 minutes...
I never had to tell you what I was doing.
10 minutes, I have a meeting. So, you can't do that seam. And I'm just like, okay. Thanks.
Hey.
I think this is going to be great for us.
For us. Look, man. See me? I don't complain. I just play my role. This one, like, all right. You need the room. I'm out. So.
Yeah. So, that's happening. But you already know, like, you're going to turn it into your own. Yeah, so.
I'm not mad. Like, now it's like, all right, look, this is my space. I'm going to do it how I want to do it. I got my design vision of what I want it to look like. So I'm going to make it dope. I mean, yeah, I bring the sand to the beach. Like, I'm the party. So it's not that big of a deal, but I'm just saying it's a pattern. That's it.
Yeah.
You know?
So speaking of home, how have we dealt with guests, and how do you want to move forward with guests?
Okay.
Because we were the type to always have, like, a pool party.
Yeah. I think that is my only hold up with returning back to normal life from COVID is people, like crowds. And
people.
To really move forward, you have to start trusting people again. Trusting that people are staying home if they're sick, or not being
like
just
what people
reckless.
Should have been doing.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm saying now that we're trying to go back into, because, all right, so going forward, right? Because at some point they're going to lift the mask mandate. I don't know when, but that's coming.
Yeah.
How will we treat it? Like, will we be okay? No mask in my house? Because there was a point where, we were asking people to keep their mask on, or we would keep our masks on. At what point do we become comfortable with not wearing masks?
I feel, I don't know. I mean, when I go to appointments with people, or they come here, they'll ask me, like, is it okay if I take, it's so hot outside, like, I was rushing here or whatever, can I take my mask off? I'm like, yeah, it's fine. Like, I have mine on.
Yeah.
And at first, I was a real...
Yeah, stickler.
But yeah, I don't know. I think I just, I don't even know really the reason behind that. But I just feel like, even when you have your mask on, and I know, I don't even really remember their names, but they were on the Breakfast Club, and I guess they own, like, some health thing, and he was a rapper at some point. And they were asking them if they're going to take the vaccine.
I think you're talking about Styles P.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And they were like, do you wear a mask? I don't remember what he said, but he was like, I still don't get what the mask does. Mm-hmm. And like low key, I just wear it because like they've told us to, and there is some type of barrier. But he was like, you could still smell farts through the mask, or you could still, whatever, smell perfume or whatever. And I'm like, that's true. I don't know how viruses work. I don't know if they just like float into farts.
I think it's just like, I'm not gonna play scientist.
Yeah,
but it's just it's something. Reduces the transmission of certain like germs or whatever.
Exactly. And I'm like, I mean, doctors do it and stuff. Like even from before.
Yeah, that's always been a thing.
I would go to the dentist, no mask, but the dentist would have a mask. So I'm like, okay, at least there's something here. Mm-hmm. I have a mask on. If you're not gonna have it on for 10 minutes during our session, it's fine.
Yeah. But like for me, when it comes to masks, if it's like 2 or 3 people around, I feel more comfortable. But it's like anytime I see a group of people and I don't see people wearing masks, it still like gets me like, oh, I just feel like this is a COVID bath. Like it's just. Yeah. Is just floating around in the room. Like I know it's there. I can see it.
It's crazy too because a lot of people on our street still have parties. Like
all
the time.
Yeah.
All the time. And I mean, we live in a Caribbean heavy area, so I don't know.
So 1 year in, right? So like 4th of July is coming up. How would you feel about having a 4th of July pool party?
I think. With every party, I always want to know how many people you're thinking anyway. Because you have to prepare food and all that stuff. So, would I be okay? I mean, we're about to be at May.
Yeah.
It depends on how big it is.
I think that's my same thing. Like, it has to be with,
but then
it's
what's
the
that number?
I don't know.
Is it 20?
I don't know.
Is it 10?
I don't know. Like,
is it 30?
I guess the only thing in my mind, so like things that we could do to keep it safe is like, all right, hand sanitizer in certain areas, or like before you start. But like intentional. So like before you start reaching into the community food, like hands up, or like no, it's or just limiting. Limiting the amount of limiting the amount of like touching
transaction.
And that happened. Yeah. And I don't know. I'm starting to become a little more comfortable. I'm not 100% there yet.
I mean, we have been. Obviously, I had a wine night here.
Yeah,
it was,
stuff like that.
What, 5 of us?
Yeah.
And we were inside for a little bit, and then we were basically outside the whole time. So it depends. Yeah. It depends on the people too, because even like within my wine night crew, like some people are mixy and then some people are like, I know you. It's always, so I'm like, and only one person so far in that group has had COVID.
So like, what about things like shaking hands, giving people hugs? Because that's something that definitely changed.
I don't really shake hands like that. Yeah. I've never been a shake-hander.
But you're a woman. I guess because I'm a guy, we shake hands a lot or dap up. Like.
Yeah, no, we don't do that.
But like hugs, y'all do hugs?
Hugs and kisses, we do that.
So you still doing that?
I have with a select... It depends, right? So when we have visited a church, I'll do like... a little like back scratch or something like that. Yeah. So it's like some type of physical, physical interaction. Or if it's an older person who, I know that's like respectful for them, or like the older Haitians or whatnot, then I'll do obviously mask on. With every interaction, my mask is on. Like at church, I don't play that. And then like a little, I don't even really like do the whole thing. Yeah. But I'll just do like a fake cheek to cheek thing. Yeah. If that makes sense. But only to a select few.
Yeah, I think right now I only like open hand, like shake people's hand. A few people, very small.
I just feel like you can always wash your hands, though.
You can, but it's the accidental, like, in between when you do it to when you get to somewhere where you wash your hands, like, where you accidentally scratch your nose or, like, you touch something on your face. Because that's the transmission. That's how it usually go.
Yeah.
So, like, and I'm also I've been kind of, but I'm the king of side hugs.
Yeah.
You know, just shoulder to shoulder, give them a little.
I don't even feel like I've kissed your mom recently.
I mean, I can't.
Like, I hug
do.
her.
Yeah.
I'll hug her, but I
usually forehead kiss her, so
because I just know she don't really be going nowhere like that. So if she gets it, she gonna get it from me.
Yeah, she don't
so
go
I'm
nowhere.
like, I don't want no.
Yeah, and my dad's fully vaccinated now,
Yeah,
so
I don't want no problems.
we good. But yeah, what about like traveling? I mean, we've traveled, so I guess it doesn't matter as much.
But it was a lot.
It was.
So you gotta really want to go on this trip.
But things are opening up. Things are definitely opening up. Like, it's probably getting way easier to travel. Less quarantine times. I'm pretty sure. I'm
okay with traveling. Man.
Yeah. But, like, okay.
Because the hotels or wherever you're staying are putting things in place. I don't think they're going to have, like, buffet style stuff.
Yeah, but, like, it's just the little things, right? So, are you still going to be wearing masks on planes?
Well, this is my thing with the vaccine. My dad is fully vaccinated and recently traveled internationally this week. Actually, traveled internationally, and he still had to wear a mask, get the COVID test, like the real one, and make sure he was COVID free. So I'm just like, what was the point then? Because I feel like I should be able to show up with my little vaccine papers, and show y'all, and mask still. And show y'all that, like, I already did this. So
I think they're waiting for, like, a certain percentage of people to be vaccinated before that's good enough.
But I get it. But that's why I'm also not in a rush. Because it's like, I'm still... How long is this period before, like...
I don't know.
To where, like, for me, if you get a flu shot, then you good, right?
For a year.
Okay. So
you get
got
a
the
new flu
vaccine,
shot every year.
You got the COVID vaccine. So... Why, like, the vaccine should prevent me from getting COVID, correct?
Yes.
So why should I get a COVID test?
But apparently you can still transfer. Like, it only diminishes, like, your symptoms and all that stuff. So you could still technically get it, not have any symptoms, and transfer it to somebody else. Yeah. So that's the point. Until enough people are vaccinated, you can be transferring it to people who aren't vaccinated, and we're having a whole problem. Like, it's similar as far as, like, symptoms to the flu, but you're not in a flu pandemic anymore. Like, this is a COVID pandemic. Yeah. So that's why you still need our shots and the tests. Yeah. But I just want to know, like, when, because it's coming. The mandates are going to be lifted. You're going to be able to fly with no mask. Yeah. Will you keep flying with masks afterwards? Or is it, once they lift the mandate, you're done?
I probably will fly with a mask. I probably will, because airports are disgusting when you really think about it. and I always flew with wipes.
Yeah, so you'll keep that in rotation. Like, that's not changing.
Yeah, but I probably won't, like, wear a mask to, I don't know, the restaurant at the resort or whatever. Because at that point, what's the point? Like, I never, even when we go out to eat, I never understand why you want me to wear
a mask.
Why do you want me to wear a mask walking in, and then as soon as I sit down, I can take it off to drink my drink, talk, eat, chew. That's like where most things are gonna get transmitted.
The thing about masks at restaurants now, they've turned into, like, showing your ID to get in the club. It's just like a formality. Yeah, I got it. And then you walk in and you rip it right off.
Yeah. That's why I'd rather just...
It's just a formal ID.
Just put me outside so I can eat and do my business without this mask.
Hey. That's just what it's turned into. Yeah. But yeah.
What about you? What about traveling for you?
I mean, I'm cool with traveling. I'm traveling this weekend.
Oh, that is this weekend.
Oh, that is? Yeah, I'm traveling this weekend. So
I'll paint this weekend.
So
allegedly,
I mean, we'll see. I think it's gonna happen.
We'll see.
So yeah, I'm traveling this weekend, so I'm not afraid to travel. I'm definitely very conscious though of like where my hands go, like what I touch.
Well, okay, you bring up a good point because you're traveling for a game,
yeah,
right, or tournament.
Yeah.
So obviously, you guys are gonna be masked up on the way there and while there.
On the way, like that's the thing. Like for a 4-hour car ride, are we gonna be masked up? I don't know.
I don't know. Are you?
We might.
Are you gonna have the top down so the air can get through? Like I don't know.
Think honestly, and this is like very preliminary, so if it doesn't happen, but we're definitely talking about getting everybody tested before we go.
Yeah, that's smart.
And then I don't know, like
but
it's hard to keep masks on.
Even
teenagers.
when you play, you're sweating. You're like
it doesn't make any
yelling
sense.
At each other or whatever, like trash talking and.
Haven't coached with a mask on yet, but I feel like it's going to be interesting. Well, coach practice, but in the game it's going to be interesting.
But what's the point of you even coaching with a mask on if your whole team is... they're not going to be playing basketball with a mask.
Formalities. To be honest with you, formalities.
And then even though you guys get tested, you got to make sure all the other teams you're playing, because they're all playing each other at some point, are getting tested. It just, nothing makes sense to me.
And this is why some people are very adamant about, like, why wear masks? Why? Because it all seems like formalities at this point.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know.
Also,
I still follow the rules.
Of course. I just didn't know, like, for sports, what they're doing. Because sports did start back up.
Oh, yeah. It's all over the place.
Yeah.
It's all over the place.
Most schools. So, I think that's going to be interesting. I guess let me know what happens this weekend.
I will. But yeah, I'm also mentally I'm ready for the vaccine. I know we're like on 2 different pages with that.
I don't see why you're not getting it if you feel like getting it.
Because to me, it makes no sense for me to get vaccinated for you not to get vaccinated.
Your mom's not and your dad is.
They make no sense to me. So
my dad is and my mom isn't.
Once again, you're just telling me more things that I already know. They don't make sense. They don't make sense.
I think, and I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but I think women are a little more
skeptical,
thoughtful when it comes to their bodies.
Okay,
like we know men who don't go to the doctor ever.
Yeah,
ever, and I'm like, I could never. Like people would look at me crazy if I didn't go to my gynecologist or whatever. Like, girl, what is? Yeah, you sexually active? Like, what's going on? You don't check, like, But it's crazy. But men just be out here like, I mean, I didn't die today.
Yeah,
just stick this vaccine and like,
I don't get it.
Women are a little more thoughtful when it comes to that.
Yeah, that I don't understand. I don't understand like this men not going to the doctor thing. It's a real thing.
It is.
Like for me, I feel like I have an excuse. Like I never went to the doctor growing up as a kid because we didn't have insurance. So it just wasn't.
Doesn't make it better.
No. I'm not saying it makes it better, but that's like why mentally I don't think about, I need to go to the doctor because it just wasn't a habit for us. Yeah. Like I never like got pulled out of school to go to the doctor. I just never went to the doctor because it costs too much.
Right.
The only thing I would do every year before school, we go to the free clinic, you get whatever, your shots, your physical, and you go to school. Those are the only doctor's visits I went to.
I mean, that's going to the doctor though.
But then there were years where
yearly.
But there were years where I would go. But have you ever gotten a physical? That's a waste of time.
They knock on your knee and
it's a waste of time. They ain't do nothing. Like they didn't like, is everything literally like, everything all right?
Well, they'll take your blood pressure and stuff.
Ooh. I used to take my blood pressure at
you got a
CVS.
pee in a cup.
No.
You didn't do that?
No, pee in a cup. What doctor did you go to?
A real one.
Why do you need a pee in a cup for your physical?
Maybe it wasn't a physical.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking
your yearly,
But then that's the thing. I'm not going for a yearly checkup. It's just a physical. So it's height, weight, blood pressure, does everything work? I'm like, yeah, all right, bet. That's it.
Have a good day.
Yeah, sign in, I'm out. I've gotten physicals at school before. Like, there was one where they had health service come by and do the physical. Man, it was just a assembly line. All right, go here, like check his height, check his weight, blood pressure, this, and it's like you don't really even talking to a doctor. Yeah, you're just going through
the motions.
Yeah, like I didn't really start going to the doctor until we were married. Yeah, because then I had insurance, so I was like, all right, I'll go to the doctor now.
That's crazy,
right?
But yeah, I think that could be why the women in our family are not vaccinated. Well, your cousin that came is vaccinated.
Yeah, I don't think it's that. My sister wants to get, or she is leaning towards getting vaccinated.
I think we're all leaning towards getting the vaccine.
Then let's do it, guys.
But I think I'm just not in a rush. The thing just came out like 3-4 days ago. Like
it's not a rush. But if I say, okay, I have an appointment for us to go get vaccinated.
See, that's the problem.
Why?
I just randomly got an email one day talking about, oh, you're on the waiting list. I'm like,
if you want to get vaccinated, and I sign you up to get vaccinated.
But we never had a discussion.
And then, okay, so if I signed you up tomorrow, then would it be all right?
No, because it's still in the rush period for me.
What? All right, so I'm not going to have this argument on the podcast. But
it's not an argument.
It's not.
I think once it's safe for the kids, then I'll do it. How about that?
Okay, you're the second person I heard say that. All right. So when it's open to everyone 18 and under?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because why not?
I don't know.
Why can, like, I mean, I think at first it was just kind of like, let the seniors get it. Mm-hmm. You know, it wasn't just, okay, this is only for seniors. Yeah. But why not the kids? Like, they're going to school.
Oh, it's coming. I think it's gonna.
I think they should have been at the same time as the seniors.
There'll probably be the requirement to go back to school. I'm assuming. Yeah. But I don't know.
Again, we not nurses, doctors, nothing. So we're just having a conversation.
Yeah.
But yeah, these are things that go on in my brain. Like,
hey, I'm
especially based on how I move.
I don't even know what that means.
Like, I don't go to work.
You see more people than me, by far. You are in random people's homes, like, all the time. It would make more sense for you to get it than even me. So you see the issue that I'm like, what is the drawback? Or what's the hope of? Because you're in contact with a lot of people.
I won't say a lot. And you're saying that on air. That's crazy. I'm in contact with a lot of people?
A lot of randos. Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Mm-hmm. But it's not a lot.
It's a good enough. It's a good amount.
Yeah.
It's a good amount.
Again.
And it's not even just like...
I take precaution.
I hear you, but I'm just saying it would make more sense for somebody like you to get the vaccine. It just makes sense.
I think it makes sense for people with health problems or older people. Or it makes more sense for them to get that.
And then it makes more sense for people like you to do it who are in contact with a lot of different people in a lot of different settings.
A lot of
you touch a lot of doorknobs.
No, I don't touch nobody's door. Don't play with me. I don't touch nobody's house. Nothing. I'm serious.
It's because I don't see you, so I don't know.
I promise.
All right.
I was raised right.
All right, bet.
When you go here, don't touch nothing.
All right, bet.
All right. So, yeah.
I can't believe we spent an hour talking about this.
Yeah. It's real though.
Yeah.
All right, what about church? That was affected for a long time.
Yeah. I feel like there's been some benefits. I think since we've been in the pandemic, I've been exposed to a lot more churches probably than I would just regularly because we're at home early on.
Yeah.
It was nothing to like, oh, I'm watching this church. Oh, I'm watching this church. My church didn't start yet. I'm going to watch this one. Mm-hmm. And it's like, I feel like I was able to, see what other churches were doing, be exposed to new pastors and stuff. So I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
During the pandemic. It's one of those high traffic areas with a lot of like physical interaction sometimes.
Fellowship.
So in the beginning, I was way more opposed to going because I feel like people's minds still weren't like trained to not touch you or not hug you. I don't think we necessarily grasped social distancing at that point. So it's like, yeah, we need to like wait.
Sure.
I
mean, I don't think much has changed since then. I think some people are still
I think now people...
Give me a hug.
Yeah, but I think if you... Like, so there's this older woman at my church. We always give each other hugs, right? Mm-hmm. When I saw her, we kind of did like the double dutch, like, are we doing this? Like, I think people now are more receptive to understanding just that. Like, yeah, I think people understand now. I think in the beginning, it was more like, you know, people were still getting used to it. Yeah. Now I feel like people are used to it. So I'm more comfortable with being in those spaces. Right. So yeah, and it's still pretty spaced out.
Yeah. I don't know when it's going to be another, Mother's Day breakfast, Thanksgiving luncheon, kind of situation that I would feel comfortable going to. Especially since, I have been sick in some of those settings before anyway.
But not like
because of the food.
Yeah, not common cold sick, but
but even still, like you don't know how people cook. Like,
I don't think that's the case.
Did you change out the spoon?
I think a little taste. I think community eating is going away. I don't know if that's coming back.
I don't know if it should go away.
But would you go to a buffet again?
Magnitude.
Would you go to all you can eat buffet?
I haven't been to a buffet since like high school graduation.
That's a lot. That is a lot. You went to a buffet for my brother's graduation?
Since Nick's graduation. That's the last buffet we went to.
No. Were you with me in Orlando? We went to a buffet in Orlando.
That was before Nick's graduation.
No, it was not. That was 2018, 2019. My brother graduated in 2017.
That was years ago. So I haven't been to a buffet in years, is what I'm saying.
But I'm saying.
Unless it was like, even that. We haven't been on a cruise in years. On cruise.
Yeah, we've definitely eaten at buffets.
When was the last time?
But I'm saying like the cruise and stuff.
Yeah, that was years ago.
But I'm saying those types of things may be going away. It's just too hard to control.
Buffet's still in business now.
I don't know who going to them.
Jumbo Buffet.
I ain't going to no buffet.
Biscayne is still open.
I ain't going to no buffet no time soon. I don't play that. I think because I'm just more aware of like, oh man, people touch this spoon. How many people?
Well, I think that's the thing that would need to change. It's just how you do things.
Like you have your own serving
people
spoon?
are still going to love buffets. People like the deals.
Yeah.
And people like to eat as much as they want for like $10, So you're going to have to figure out like, is there a person there to man the station? Or is, I don't know.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I don't know how those going to work, but those are one of those things where it's like.
Do you like wear your gloves? Like maybe you have gloves there before you get your plate or something. I don't know. Yeah. But it's going to have to be something. Buffets are going to exist. Just like traveling, airplanes, airports are going to exist. You just got to maneuver around it.
I don't know. But yeah. So.
I mean, even like fast food restaurants and stuff. Like they'll hand it to you in a tray. Well, I don't know how McDonald's and stuff do it, but Chick-fil-A, for example. We've gone during the pandemic, and they'll put your bag in a little bucket, and you gotta grab your bag through the window. But I'm like, somebody put my stuff in the bag and touch the bag to put it in the bucket. So.
I don't know. All I'm saying is, at least for those types of gatherings, they just have to find new ways to do them. Yeah. But I think maybe not this year, but next year, I think they'll be back.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And I think it's being mindful too. Like, okay, I just touched all these utensils to put this fried rice on my plate. Maybe I should go use the bathroom and wash my hands before I eat.
I'm hungry.
No.
I'm hungry now.
Or maybe I should, maybe they'll have sanitizer wipes on the table. You need to bring your own hand sanitizer.
Yeah.
Like, instead of just picking up the chicken wing right after you touch the little...
I don't know, the tongs and whatnot.
The tongs, yeah.
I don't know.
But yeah, anyway, we were talking about church. Yeah, I think there were benefits for sure. Like seeing how other churches operate during this time and just in general. Mm-hmm. Because for the most part, we didn't really like visit churches. We would just go to church.
Go to our church, yeah.
So like if a friend is like, oh yeah, you should tune into my church. Like, okay,
Yeah,
cool.
I got time now.
It's going to be available after my church service, so I'm going to watch it after.
Yes, because a lot of churches, I don't think were invested in like streaming and recording. Now everybody does it. Yeah, now everybody does it. And it's
going forward.
And it's like, so if you missed the church's service before, it's like, oh, I can just go back and watch it on YouTube, or I can go to their Facebook page now and watch it. It's just way more accessible for people who are looking for something.
Yeah. And then some people have moved their services like to outside.
Oh yeah,
that's tricky in Miami.
Yeah, that's not good in South Florida, I don't think.
Yeah, you never know. But what about, do you think you could keep watching online church? Or like, what is that like?
I mean, I don't believe in like making online church my home base.
Yeah.
But
agreed.
Yeah, how I feel about church, I need the body. Yeah, the body of it. I need the fellowship. I need the community outside of just online. I think it to do the work necessary. I think you do need to be in person to be complete in what needs to be done. You got to be in person.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think some churches have adjusted and just made do with the situation. So like maybe some small groups can gather or whatever, or some people are having like prayers in the park type stuff every other week or so. So yeah, there's ways around.
Yeah, it just depends on how much space you got. If you got space, you can make it work. Yeah. Some people just don't have the space, so they got to get creative. Right. So I appreciate that.
Yeah. But I think those are the main things that were kind of shaken in our life.
Yeah, there's only one other thing for me with COVID that, well, maybe two things kind of rolled in one. The advent of like curbside pickups and things getting delivered. I'm like, if I can avoid it, if I can just,
But low-key, we were kind of doing that before COVID.
Not to this extent.
Yeah, not consistently.
Yeah, like, I needed something from Home Depot, and I curbside pick up from Home Depot. That wasn't like
How long did it take?
To get it? So I ordered it last night. It was ready last night, so maybe an hour, 2 hours.
Oh, wow.
It was ready. So stuff like that, where it's like super simple. They just come, put in the car, go. Yeah. My doctor's appointments have been very nice. Efficient, not long waiting times in waiting rooms. I think that's been those are some of the things I think that past COVID, y'all can keep that. I'm ready. I want that.
Yeah. It should stay like that.
I think there is a lot of convenience and I think social distancing in general is not bad. Like, we need to look into this a little more. Like, we don't need to, like...
in the lines and stuff?
Lines, but even, you know how some airlines are, like, skipping middle seats, and I don't think we should always just be all up on each other like that. Like, movie theaters, things like that. I think those things could be... That one...
What's the difference?
Huh?
That's because, like, at our church, the chairs are spaced out. You can kind of
it's not
maneuver.
a big deal.
But if you're, like, at a church with a pew... Yeah. You might have to skip a pew.
Or stop packing people in like sardines. Y'all would just space out. Like,
it's a packed house. What you want me to do?
That's the only problem when it's like that. But a lot of times it don't even be like that. Like, sometimes people just like being by other people, and I don't get it. I'm not that type of person. Like, you're a woman, so you wouldn't have to deal with this. But I've been in bathrooms at a urinal, and it be plenty of other urinals, and this man want to come to the urinal right next to mine. But, bro, why?
Do men's bathrooms have stalls too?
Yeah, but if you just gotta pee, sometimes it's easier to just go to the urinal. Like,
but then you could just go to the stall. It's 1, 2, 3. Nobody's bothering you.
I ain't gonna lie, man. It's just
y'all like, conditioned.
It's man code. Like, yo, skip a urinal. You know the rules.
It's not man code.
Nah, you know the rules.
You don't know the rules.
Skip a urinal, and I'd be like, y'all don't get it?
Maybe he just want to make sure, like, if things good down there.
Skip a urinal, my guy.
Sure.
Like,
it's the same thing.
Nah. Skip.
That's weird.
It's you telling me. Move.
Yeah, that's awkward. I'm glad we don't have to use the bathroom like that.
Yeah.
But you don't either. So that's the thing.
Anyway.
You guys have stalls. Let us know how COVID has changed your life and what you're doing moving forward. Because they say they're trying to, I don't know, not that they're trying to end it, but that at some point we gotta live life.
Yeah, it's coming.
But they also said that last year. So
nah, we close. We getting close.
We'll see.
So
I mean, I see it. I feel it here. Anyway.
Yeah.
But when I talk to my sister overseas, she's like, you know. Like,
yeah, we're in different situations. She's
like, nah, like, I still have to have this paper to prove that I'm supposed to be out.
Nah, we're not like that.
It's crazy.
I'm sorry. It was a problem for Americans to adjust in the beginning. And it was always like, this cannot be a
I don't think we've
thing.
ever adjusted as a
That's
country.
the thing. Other countries did. We're not like that.
Yeah.
Americans not like that. We're not used to people telling us what to do, how to do it. It's just not part of our DNA like that. I think that's why it was so hard to get under control. And that's why the vaccine had to come out as fast as it did. Because them people wasn't having it. You saw how they was...
our rights.
Yeah. Them people was cutting up about masks. Like, you saw what they was doing, like, at West Palm. In Fort Lauderdale recently, they had, like, this burn the mask rally.
That's crazy.
They need to get this thing under control quick.
Burn the mask that y'all pay for?
Man, it was them little blue masks. They didn't even burn, like, the good ones. It was silly. But people not having it, man.
Yeah.
They're not built for it.
Well, let us know.
Yeah.
And hopefully, I don't know. This is just weird, but it's still weird to me.
It is.
But again, we'll adjust.
Yeah, there's going to be movies and books about it, so
yeah,
it's not going away.
All right, y'all. Let's move on.
All right. All right. So for this episode's business spotlight, we wanted to highlight Lavish Boards. We brought it up in the beginning. They're a charcuterie company based in South Florida. It's started by one of our friends and his wife. Yeah, it's a husband and wife. And I would see them on Instagram, like, even before we talked about anything. I was like, oh, that looks great. Like, this is my 30 plus vibe, like, charcuterie. You catch me with a charcuterie and some wine. Nah, it's a good night.
30-year-old Lunchables.
And honestly, you can charcuterie and apple cider. I'm good. A little bubbly.
Nah, I need a red.
Yeah. Because I remember the first time I had charcuterie, I was like,
you remember the first time?
Yes. It was
good.
on our honeymoon. No, it was on our honeymoon. I was like,
that wasn't real charcuterie.
I was like, man, it's a Lunchable. Like, what are they bringing? And then since then, like, I've had it different places,
They've definitely blown up. Over the
boards,
concept. Yeah. And now there's, like, breakfast boards and stuff
I
that
didn't
people
know
do.
that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So now in my, my grown up vibes, I seen the boards. I was like, oh, this is dope. I seen different cheeses, the meat. So I was like, I might have to order this. So we ended up connecting, and we tried their welcome board. I want to say it had like 3 cheeses, 2 meats.
First of all, the blueberry goat cheese.
So I was getting there.
Okay.
But it was the star of the show.
I love goat cheese. I don't know what it like.
Yeah.
You can put goat cheese on anything and I'm gonna eat it.
I think that's my vibe now. Oh, okay. No.
Like
You went too far. You always go too far.
It's so good. Like, it was so good. What else did it come with? Olives.
Yeah,
stuff,
olives, like the salamis, the prosciuttos.
And it came with, I think she gave us crackers.
Yeah, it came with the crackers. One of the things that was, like, really cool, too, is I put in the notes when I ordered it that Jackie has nut allergies. Because sometimes they add nuts to it, and she was like... So
tell the world.
Yeah.
My allergies.
Who cares?
No, I'm joking.
It was, like, super... they were, like, super careful. They, like, separated, like, things that may contain, like, tree nuts. You know how they always have that?
Yeah.
On and
I be playing
boxes.
with my life, so I'm just like...
so she be trying. She don't care. But they make sure they put those separate, like... They had like some pretzels. Those never made it home. But
are you serious?
I'm so serious.
Oh, because you were out.
Yeah, I was out, and they were like the ones dipped in like white chocolate. Fire. Man, close your mouth. You'll be all right. We'll order another board. We'll order another.
We
board.
have to.
Yeah. So, I did
not know that.
Hey, now you know. But yeah, the pretzels never made it. And then it was just, beautifully put together.
Yeah, the prosciutto was like flowers.
Yeah, like with I think it was the salami too. Was it salami?
Yeah, the salami too.
They formed into like a flower.
Yeah.
Real cute stuff. Something like
cute stuff. It was really good. And then actually we still have some of that like spicy-ish jam.
Oh yeah, it came with like a little spicy jelly.
Yes.
That was fire. But the blueberry goat cheese, I'm telling you,
that was it.
That thing right there,
that was the one.
It was a hit.
And you weren't too sure at first.
I wasn't, because I'm not like big on goat cheese, but that was fire.
Yeah.
And then
if you're watching the video, you're looking right now.
Yeah, you'll see.
I have it up right now.
And then my cousin was there, and she just wanted to like try it, and she just keeps I just keep seeing hand to mouth. I'm just like, I thought you were just trying.
You just get a little taste.
Yeah, but even for the three of us though, because the board was supposed to
more than enough.
Yeah, the board was like, I think it's labeled that it serves 2 appetizer for 4. But I feel like for the 3 of us, we all ate good.
Yeah.
It definitely would have been more than enough for the 2 of us. So I definitely recommend it. And don't forget, you can use our discount code LBMM21 to get 10% off your order.
Yes.
You can get it delivered or you can pick it up. So yeah, I definitely plan ahead. If you got an event coming up, she does boards. Like I saw a picture of a board they did for one of the New England Patriots, and it was huge, but it was like really like, I don't want to say beautiful. It was like really nice, like the way they put it together. So it's a nice like piece to put on the table, like anytime you're having an event.
Yeah.
Even
that's
before
like
you eat
dream.
it.
Like for our 10-year reunion.
To have like a big charcuterie board.
10-year anniversary, yeah. Like I just want a huge
table.
Yeah, a huge table of just charcuterie stuff. And like fruits and
okay,
that's like my dream.
All right, and I think she does stuff like that.
Yeah,
like she has like a party table thing. I think.
Yeah.
Definitely check out the website. It's lavishboards.com and on Instagram @lavishboards. Definitely check it out. It was nice. I'm definitely gonna go back and get some more because it's a nice little Friday night relax vibe. Yeah. Something to eat.
Yeah.
So we'll do that again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's it.
That's it, guys.
All right. Hope you have a great time watching this episode. I don't know where I was going with this.
I don't know either.
I don't know. I was just talking. I'm tired. Y'all enjoy this. We'll see y'all.
Bye.
When I pull up on you, then I might swear, ayy. Double off deuce, ayy. That you might work, ayy.